Imbalances. Learning the ABCs. A sound plan makes us all heroes. The absence of a plan, idiots. G.M. Kotov quoting a mysterious chess sage. At some time or other, every tournament player learns a few opening lines, some tactical ideas, the most basic mating patterns, and a few elementary endgames. As they get better and more experienced, they significantly add to this knowledge. However, the one thing that just about everybody has problems with is planning. From Class E, under 1200, to Master, I get blank stares when asking what plan they had in mind in a particular position. Usually, their choice of a plan, if they have any plan at all, is based on emotional rather than chess-specific considerations. By emotional, I mean that the typical player does what they feel like doing rather than what the board is telling them to do. This somewhat cryptic sentence leads us to the following extremely important concept. If you want to be successful, you have to base your moves and plans on the specific, imbalance-oriented criteria that exist in the given position, not on your moods, tastes, and/or fears. Literally every non-master's games are filled with examples of imbalance avoidance. Beginners, of course, simply don't know what imbalances are. Most experienced players have heard the term and perhaps have even tried to make use of them from time to time. However, once the rush of battle takes over, isolated moves and raw aggression, or terror if you find yourself defending, push any and all thoughts of imbalances out the door. In this case, chess becomes an empty move-by-move, threat-by-threat, either making them or responding to them, affair. What is this mysterious allusion to the chessboard's desires, i.e., doing what the chessboard wants you to do? What are these imbalance-oriented criteria that we are going to have to become aware of, and how do we master their use? What exactly is a plan? To answer these questions, the first thing we have to do is understand that an imbalance is any significant difference in the two respective positions. This sounds rather empty. How can such a simplistic thing be important? The answer is that it's far from simplistic and that this easy to grasp concept allows any player from 1400 on up to understand most positions in a basic but logical fashion. In other words, where a position may have looked much too complex to fathom, the imbalances deconstruct it in a way that makes it user-friendly. Here's a simple example. If one side has more queenside space while the other side is staring at their opponent's weak pawn, those are the imbalances that delineate the moves and plans that both players would follow. In effect, the imbalances act as a roadmap that shows each side what to do. The following list of the imbalances will be discussed all throughout this book. Superior minor piece, pawn structure, space, material, control of a key file, control of a whole/weak square, lead in development, initiative, though I'll usually refer to it as pushing your own agenda, king safety, statics versus dynamics. Whole sections are devoted to each imbalance on this list, but first, let's take a quick, at times exaggerated, look at all of them. My immediate goal is to give you a feel for what imbalances are. My ultimate goal is to train your mind to embrace imbalance consciousness, a state where the use of imbalances becomes a natural and often unconscious process. In a nutshell, an imbalance is any significant difference in two respective positions.